This is a message for the Most High's faithful, for his chosen ones. You ever wonder why, when you come from a place of love, why, when you have the purest intentions, there are people who you only ever loved and wanted the best for, who seem hell bent on destroying you? This video or this real series, depending on what platform you're watching this on, is going to explain this to you. I'm going to post this entire recording as one video on our YouTube, but I'm also going to post this as a real series on our other platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. I'll be sure to label them in order so that the ones this message is for can find them easily. Our platform handles will be in the video description or the real descriptions. If you feel spiritually led to follow us, please do. If not, no harm, no foul. It's okay. Back to the question at hand. Why, when you have the purest intentions, are there people who you have only ever loved and wanted the best for who seem hell bent on destroying you? Let me explain to you why that is. You have a direct connection with the Most High. You have prayed for alignment with the Most High. With your free will, you chose to ask the Most High to match your will to His great will and ask Him to match your wants to His wants. The Most High is all knowing. He knows what you will end up praying for before you ever even pray it. Sometimes He answers your future prayers before you ever spoke them into existence. You have carried a light since childhood because of this. This is the part that many don't talk about or teach about or ever shine any light on. But let me shine some light on this truth really quickly. Let's start with some facts. Number one, the Most High is righteous and has good intentions. Number two, the Most High is all knowing, meaning there is nothing at all He doesn't know, past, present, or future. Number three, the Most High is the creator of all, meaning He created everything. These are three facts that every monotheistic religion teaches. Now let's shine some light on the evil one, on the devil, on Shaitan. Let's apply these three simple truths. The Most High is righteous and has good intentions. The Most High is all-knowing and He is the creator of everything. So with righteous intentions, the Most High created Shaitan. There is nothing Shaitan would ever do that the Most High didn't already know about when He created him. Religiously, he is sometimes recognized as the Shining One because he was a light bearer. In mainstream Judaism, there is no fallen angel who rebelled against God. Satan is considered an agent of God, the Yetzer Hara, evil inclination, or a prosecutor and accuser tasked with testing human righteousness, meaning he has a divine purpose and he is walking in that purpose. In Islam, Iblis or Shaitan was cast out of heaven because of arrogance and disobedience. When Allah created Adam from clay, Iblis, who was looked at as jinn because of his perceived free will, refused to bow to Adam, believing himself to be superior to Adam because he was created from fire and Adam was created from clay. Similarly, Christianity views him as being forced out of heaven due to his pride, thinking he was better than humans, which is equivalent to him thinking he knew better than the Most High. All three religions are clear that the devil, Lucifer, Shaitan, was sent to earth. All three religions carry the belief that he tests humans. All three religions believe the Most High tests the righteous. In Judaism, the belief is tests come from God, not Satan. So in other words, they give the Most High glory and credit for the test, not Shaitan. In Christianity, Satan tests with God's permission. Once again, giving credit and glory to the Most High for the test. In Islam, Shaitan tempts, Allah tests. Once again, giving credit to the Most High for the test. Are you starting to understand the Most High's divine righteous intentions behind Shaitan? The winged Yetzer Hara, created from fire, shining bright, testing humans, exposing true intentions. It's as if Lucifer, this creation of the Most High, has it programmed in his coding, programmed in his DNA to seek out others of light, other humans of light, and test them like crazy. This is why those with righteous intentions have no fear of Shaitan. The Most High's faithful recognize the devil for what he is, a creation of the Most High, a creation of Allah with a divine purpose. We don't fear him. We fear his creator, our creator. Because we know if we aren't aligned with the Most High as we should be, those tests, they hurt like hell. But those tests also make us stronger because they push us into alignment with the Most High. We get to a point that we alchemize every attack, every trial and tribulation into strength, all thanks due to the Most High. We learn that when we walk through the fire, we get stronger, not weaker, wiser, not more foolish, more aligned with the Most High. Whereas without the fire, we might have been led astray and fell out of alignment. Those attacks are blessings for us, not curses. While the Most High's faithful are going through the fire, those individuals that throw shade on our name and consistently speak curses out of their mouths on us, they keep us relevant. My undergraduate degrees are both in business. In marketing, there's a saying, no publicity is bad publicity because it keeps you relevant. And the Most High wants his faithful relevant because he wants to get the glory, as he should. When he releases us out of that fire, stronger than we were when we first were pushed into it, wise bystanders that heard all these lies that we never defended ourselves against, they pay attention. They pay attention when we come up out that fire, shining brighter than we ever were, visibly stronger than we have ever been seen. People are going to be like, only God could have done that. And they're right. The Most High's faithful are not only walking testimonies, they are walking miracles. They are walking parables. They are the written holy word embodied in human form. That's why, according to Islam, the Quran is the last holy book, because the Most High's faithful are individuals who really submit to the Most High's will. By definition, Muslim, whether they claim that title, know that title, or not, they submit to the will of the Most High, which is the definition of Muslim. And we are walking, breathing parables. We walk the same path as the blessed and faithful ones before us. We have endured attacks, humiliation, and oppression, just as the blessed prophets endured before us. The Most High's faithful have a light. Demonic entities are programmed to attack the light when it's seen in human form. Think of it like it's a part of their wiring, or like it's written in their coding, like our ancestral DNA is in ours. One of the ways they attack is to try to tempt humans to do things that go against the Most High. Now, back to the original purpose of this series. I asked, have you ever wondered why, when you come from a place of love, why, when you have the purest intentions, there are people who you've only ever loved and only ever wanted the best for, who seem hell bent on destroying you? The answer is simple. Demonic entities try to tempt you and those around you with spirits of envy, greed, pride, lust, gluttony, anger, and sloth, which is spiritual laziness, spiritual stagnation. These are called the 7 deadly sins for a reason, folks. People normally recognize greed as wanting excessively. Greed is really wanting more at the cost of others. So this plays out as unethical business practices. So now you're probably thinking about business owners not paying livable wages. And you're right, but it doesn't stop there. Think of yourself as your own business. Because technically and legally, if you are a United States citizen, you are your own walking business entity. This is something people would debate me on. But your social security number is your business tax identification number. There's a reason that your social security number is legally able to act as your tax ID number instead of using the EIN when you run a sole proprietorship. Look it up. When you work for a company, it is only your perspective that you are their employee. Because if you look at it from a sole proprietorship perspective, you have free will. You chose that company just like that company chose you. You entered into a work agreement, a contract with that entity, that your business under your social security number, your tax ID number, will provide services for their business under their tax ID number for X amount of money, for X amount of compensation. Now that you understand that you are your own business entity, let me provide an example of how greed shows up. Excuse me. We just had this blizzard, right? Places that don't typically get snow receive snow. So I feel this example will be relatable. The snow fell and created a demand for individuals who have the tools, strength, means, and capacity to clear it, to shovel it. People all over needed their spaces, their parking spaces, their walkways, their driveways shoveled out. This created a want for individuals to seek out shoveling services from other individuals. Remember, we are all our own walking business entities. It is typical for youth or financially struggling, able bodied adults to use periods like this to earn some honest, righteous income as the entrepreneurs, the sole proprietors that they are. Their work and labor is worth a pretty penny. Think about it. If your car doesn't get shoveled out, you cannot drive it anywhere. What is the dollar amount on that? On you being able to drive your car? If your pathway doesn't get shoveled, you and others can fall and really hurt yourselves. What is the dollar amount on that? On you decreasing the likelihood of you getting physically hurt from a fall, and you decreasing the likelihood of someone else getting physically hurt from a fall. It's a pretty penny, right? It's worth a lot, right? Then why don't you choose to pay these youth or financially struggling, able bodied adults their worth when they shovel your car out and shovel your pathways? The answer? Greed, unethical financial business practices. People with the demonic spirit of greed attached to them don't seek out an ethical business relationship. They seek out business relationships where one side of the business contract wins while the other side of the business contract loses. Greedy individuals, despite having the means to pay these youth for financially struggling, able bodied adults more, choose to get over on them and exploit their oppression. I'm speaking on financial oppression, aka classism, and age oppression, aka ageism. Financial oppression involves the systemic, intentional restriction of an individual's or group's economic freedom, resources, and opportunities to create dependency, inequality, or poverty. It manifests through coercive control in relationships, such as limiting access to funds. And that's what individuals with the spirit of greed do. They didn't pay them their worth to keep them down. Age oppression, or ageism, involves systemic discrimination, stereotypes, and prejudice based on a person's age. A lot of people tie ageism to older individuals while never thinking about the impact of ageism on our youth and our young adults. Well, guess what? There's a name for this type of ageism. It's called anti-youth ageism, aka youngism. It's a systemic, often overlooked form of oppression where young people experience stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination based on their age. It manifests interpersonally through condescension, which means acting superior over youth, treating our youth as if they are less important or less intelligent, all while having a patronizing and arrogant attitude towards them, trying to imply to them that you are of a higher status. Youngism, like all other isms, also comes with stereotyping, like casting a spirit of entitlement on the youth when really the one doing the casting is the one who feels entitled. A lot of youth realize their worth at one point, but it's people out here that have done everything they can think of to break their spirit, like not acknowledging their worth and trying to act as if their worth was non-existent, like not paying them their worth when you contract with them to shovel your snow, not paying them their worth when they try to make honest money, when they babysit your children. How important is the safety of your kids? Are you paying them their worth? Are you paying them anything close to their worth? For some of these individuals operating in the spirit of greed, it goes further than classism and ageism, further than financial oppression and age oppression. They're also operating in racial oppression, aka racism. They consciously or unconsciously choose to pay these individuals a lower wage because of their race, too. Racial oppression, aka racism, is the systematic, institutionalized mistreatment and disadvantage of people based on their race, embedded in societal structures, policies, and practices that favor one group over others, leading to unequal access to rights, resources, and opportunities, manifesting in disparities in wealth, justice, health, and daily experiences, often enforced by power dynamics and historical prejudice. Now, unpopular opinion alert. You could be racist against your own perceived race. If on any level you have ever not paid someone their worth for their service or their product because of what you perceive their race as, you are racist. Because that is racism. Whether the individual's perceived race is different from your own or the same. I'm going to use my business here as an example. The company that I created, Catfishin Muslimah, sells very high quality fishing rods, fishing gear, and purpose driven merch. The supplier we contract with to create our fishing rods is one of the exact same suppliers of another well known fishing rod brand. Our rods are literally crafted with the same durability, the same sensitivity, the same quality, etc. But there are individuals of my same perceived race who choose to continue to give their money to the other company, whose owner is of a different perceived race, because they feel that given my and my husband's perceived race and our perceived religion, that we shouldn't be paid our worth for our products and services. That, my folks, is race oppression, aka racism, and religious oppression, religious persecution, aka religiosum. Now, let me stop right here really quick. Pay attention how all the other oppression dividers have a very well known word ending in ism, such as classism, racism, ageism, sexism, etc. Let me drop a fact on you. The suffix ism has a long history in religion. Greek ismos and Latin ismus were used for schools of thought, religious, philosophical, artistic, and political thought movements. The suffix ism was historically used to describe religious practices and doctrines centuries before it was applied to social dividers, aka social prejudices. That is because religion itself was the first worldwide divide and conquer operation. Look at the English names of the earlier religions: Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Shintoism, spiritualism, and even Christianity early on was called Christianism before its name was later changed to Christianity, using the suffix ity from the Latin itus, which describes a state of being, rather than the suffix ism, which it started with, which describes system of doctrine. Yeah, you heard me right. The suffix ism, ism, literally means a system of doctrine. When you think doctrine, you typically think religious teaching. So go ahead and apply that ism to the meanings of classism, aka financial oppression, ageism, aka age oppression, more specifically, youthism, aka youth oppression, racism, aka racial oppression, sexism, aka gender oppression, and so on and so forth. If you seek the knowledge, it's there. All these forms of oppression were created and taught as doctrine from different man made systems, especially religion. Look at the system of religion as a tree of knowledge, and each of its branches is a different form of itself, a different form of religion, a different form of knowledge. And each of those branches has its own branches. Like if Christianity as it's now called, was a branch of the religion tree, Catholicism, Protestantism, and Eastern Orthodoxy would be its largest three branches. It was hard getting through those, wasn't it? And each of them have their own branches and or fruit, aka knowledge. Catholicism bears the Roman Catholic doctrine, which is its own fruit. Protestantism is a branch with more branches because it comprises thousands of diverse groups that broke from Rome during the Reformation. So it has the Baptist branch, the Methodist branch, the Lutherans branch, the Pentecostalism branch, the Quakers branch, the Adventism branch, etc. Look into Pentecostals if you haven't before. Look into the Quakers if you haven't before. The Adventism branch is interesting because it connects to another branch of Christianism that I didn't mention earlier because it's not one of the three major branches, but it's called restorationism. Perfection don't exist, y'all. But the point I'm trying to make is that all of these branches have their own fruits of knowledge. They all have their own doctrine that they are pushing. They all have their own doctrine that they are teaching. Pay attention to the isms. And ask the Most High for wisdom pertaining to that tree, the one that he told Adam not to eat the fruit of. And I'm going to get back to my primary message. Why do the same people you love, that you've never wanted anything but the best for, act so hell-bent on destroying you? Demonic entities are programmed to attack the light in humans. Think of it like it is a part of their wiring, or like it's written in their coding, or written in their DNA. One of the ways they attack is to try to tempt you and those around you to do things that go against the Most High. Those demonic entities have temptations that they just wave in people's faces. Temptations of greed, temptations of envy, temptations of gluttony, temptations of lust, temptations of anger, temptations of pride, and temptations of sloth, stagnation. When a human falls for the whispers of these demonic spirits, they automatically attack and test the Most High's faithful. Because those demonic spirits work for Lucifer, they work for Shaitan. They don't believe that humans have the capacity to walk in righteousness. So they shine their light on you, trying to expose you to the Most High as a fraud. The Most High said that you're not a fraud. And Lucifer thinks he knows better than the Most High. So to him, his sole purpose is to prove that you and people like you are frauds. You are unable to walk in righteousness, unable to walk in alignment with the Most High. Lucifer doesn't believe you are worthy. He was programmed to believe that because he has a divine purpose to shine his light and expose the real you. Remember, Lucifer was religiously described as the shining one. He was created from fire. His light shines bright as fire does. You want to see? You cut on the light, or you light a candle with fire. This is the reason they seem so hell-bent on destroying you. The holy books all talk about how humans can hear from both sides in their heads. It's one of the reasons the Bible guides us to pray for the gift or the spirit of discernment. The truth has been right in our faces. Cartoons exposed us to the angel on one shoulder and the little devil on the other, both whispering to the person. One whispering into the right ear while the other is whispering into the left. These individuals that appear hell-bent on destroying you accepted a demonic temptation, which opened themselves up to demonic spirits that tempted them even further, all using greed, gluttony, lust, envy, pride, anger, and sloth spiritual stagnation. These individuals got to the point where they can't distinguish the whispers of demons from their own thoughts. They honestly believe their thoughts regarding you are their own. But really, those thoughts telling them that you're a fraud, that you don't have this divine connection with the Most High, that you think you are the shit, that you need to be exposed, that you need to be knocked off your pedestal, they are all the thoughts of Lucifer because they are walking, mostly unknowingly, in alignment with him, not the Most High. This is DC Adira, co founder of Catfishin Muslimah. As always, keep your line steady, your peace protected, and I'll catch you on the next reel. Before I say bye, I will ask, don't just take my word for any of this. Please go and fact check me. Please seek your own wisdom. Please seek your own alignment. Don't just take my word. I'm not asking you to do that. Bye.